Patani, can you listen?
Yes, sir.
Shall I start? Renil, can you listen? Neha, can you listen? Pawan? Pawan, can you listen?
Yes, sir.
See, this is a new module number 4, the engineering materials. The engineering materials. See, the name itself indicates engineering material. The intentionally produced by the engineer for his requirement or society requirement. For his requirement or society, or the required by the human being. So that is called engineering materials. The engineering material means the materials are produced by using metals, non-metals, or anything from that. If you produce a material, that's called engineering materials. That is first one, engineering materials classified into ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Come to the point, very, very important. How do you differentiate ferrous and non-ferrous metals? Ferrous and non-ferrous metals. See, ferrous means iron and its family. Remember, ferrous means iron and its family. You name few iron content metals, that is cast iron, grey cast iron, and some of the steel which contain iron as the main constituent, along with the other alloying elements are present in the steel. So steel also considered as ferrous metal. That is also coming from the ferrous family. That is also coming from the ferrous family. So for that reason, whichever the iron and the steel which we use in the industries or in the manufacturing or anywhere which we use the iron and steel, that is called as ferrous metals. That is called as ferrous metals. Again, come to the point, non-ferrous metals. Non-ferrous metals, that is other than iron. Remember, all of you, this is very, very important. Other than iron. Other than iron means copper, aluminum, magnesium, gold, silver, platinum, other all the metals other than iron is called non-ferrous metal. Other than iron. So in that metal, you don't have any iron content. That is called non-ferrous metals. That's called non-ferrous metals. So the engineering materials are produced by the engineer, or according to the requirement of the human being. The materials are produced using engineering concepts. That is nothing but using foundry, melting, and producing casting. So that is nothing but engineering materials. So from that you can do anything. Nothing is impossible. Engineering materials are very, very important for human being. Without the engineering material, there is no life at all. There is no life at all. So for that reason, the engineering materials classified as two. One is ferrous, other one is non-ferrous metals. Ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Next, come to the point, that is the explanation of engineering materials. That is the material produced according to the requirement of the human being, requirement of the industry, requirement of the manufacturing. So due to that, the materials are formed or materials are produced by using engineering concept. That is a very much essential for our day-to-day life. Our day-to-day life. Next, come to the point. Say before that, the engineering materials are classified into two. One is ferrous and the other one is non-ferrous. The ferrous means the iron and steel, and the non-ferrous means other than iron, whichever the metals we have, like copper, aluminium, silver, gold, platinum, magnesium, like that. Other than iron are called as non-ferrous metals. The cast iron, pig iron, wrought iron, whichever the iron produced from the furnace, from the foundry, that is the nothing but ferrous metals. Whichever the steel, you may take a low carbon steel, high carbon steel, or medium carbon steel, stainless steel, all that considered as ferrous metals. Considered as ferrous metals. Next, come to the point. All of you observe here. That is how the metals are classified. How the metals are classified. First, consider ferrous metals. First, consider ferrous metal. So, iron, ferrous metals are classified into iron and steel. All of you observe here. The ferrous metals are classified into two. One is iron, other one is steel. Other, before that, ferrous means the iron family. Iron family. Here, the ferrous metals are classified into two. First is iron, second one is steel. First one is iron, second one is steel. Then iron is again classified into pig iron, cast iron, wrought iron. See, all of you observe here. The iron again classified into three types: pig iron, cast iron, wrought iron. Then again, this pig iron is the raw material used for further manufacturing of other iron components or products. Next, wrought iron also the raw material used for further producing of other components or other materials. And then the cast iron is classified into, remember, this is very, very important. The cast iron is classified into four types. One is gray cast iron. All of you observe here, the cast iron is classified into gray cast iron, white cast iron, malleable cast iron, and ductile cast iron. Remember, again, the cast iron is classified into four types. One is gray cast iron, white cast iron, malleable cast iron, and ductile cast iron. See, once again, the ferrous metal is classified into two. One is iron, other one is steel. So again, iron is classified into three types. That is the pig iron, cast iron, and wrought iron. Pig iron and wrought iron are these two irons are the raw material used for further manufacturing process. All of you heard the TMT bar. TMT bar used for reinforcement. For that, they are using pig iron or wrought iron for manufacturing of TMT bars. Again, the cast iron is classified into four types. That is gray cast iron, white cast iron, and malleable cast iron. The last one, ductile cast iron. Ductile cast iron. So in these four only, you have spheroidal graphite iron. That is also used in manufacturing of engine block and engine cylinders and other engine components. Spheroidal graphite iron. In short form, it is called as SG iron. SG iron. In Shumaga, we have Shantala Ductile and Gray Iron Foundry. They are the leaders of producing SG iron. That's the spheroidal graphite iron, which has the nodular structure. Remember, the SG iron has nodular structure. For that reason, all the mechanical properties and strength of the SG iron castings are very, very high. Very, very high. For that reason, SG iron is used in manufacturing of engine cylinder blocks and engine cylinder heads. Engine cylinder blocks and engine cylinder heads. So in India, in Shumaga, the Shantala Ductile and Gray Iron Foundry is situated in industrial estate. They are the leaders of manufacturing SG iron castings. They supply throughout the world. More than 32 countries, they are exporting the castings. Next, come to the point. So if possible, if you are very much interested to visit the foundry, I can make a visit. I can arrange the visit for you to see the foundry. So all of you belongs to mechanical engineering. So anyway, next semester you are coming to the branch in third semester. If you interested, I can arrange the visit to Shantala Ductile and Gray Iron Foundry. So if you are very much interested, then let's come to the point. Ferrous, in the case of ferrous metal, classification of ferrous metal, that is the steel. That is steel. Steel. See, all of you say the steel components. Steel components. That is, the steels are classified into carbon steel, alloy steel, tool steel. Alloy steels are classified into carbon steels, alloy steels, tool steels. Say the steels are classified into carbon steels, alloy steels, and tool steels. Again, carbon steel is classified into three types. One is low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel. Carbon, high carbon steel, and alloy steel. All of you seen many components of automobile, many components of machine tools or car or anything that's made from alloy steel, magnesium steel, vanadium steel, chromium steel, tungsten steel, like that. Lot of steels are available that is considered as alloy steel. Next, come to the point of tool steels. tool, steels. See, as we have lot of tools which we use it for metal cutting purpose or wood cutting purpose, and also you use some of the tools in your house. The good example is knife and scissor. Knife and scissor which you use in your house, that is belongs to tool steels. Once again, the ferrous metals are classified into iron and steel. The in iron again, which has the sub classification, three types: pig iron, cast iron, wrought iron. Then again, cast iron is classified into gray cast iron. Gray cast iron is nothing but spheroidal graphite iron, and white cast iron, malleable cast iron, and the ductile cast iron. Say last two, malleable, that can be drawn into a sheet. The cast iron sheets may be thickness of 10 millimeter, even less, that can be produced by using malleable cast iron. And again, the ductile cast iron, that can be drawn into the rods, that can be drawn into the rods, that is nothing but ductile cast iron. Next, come to the point, the classification of steel. Steel are classified into carbon steel, alloy steel, tool steel. Usually, the carbon steels are classified into three. Remember, in your lifetime, carbon steels, which we have tools, chisel, sharp chisels, knives, and all those things which we use in the workshop or machine shop or anywhere for metal cutting purpose. The tools used, the files, chisel, and other tools are manufactured from carbon steels, which belongs to low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel. And again, come to the point, the alloy steel. Say many components of automobile, maybe car, maybe machine tool, or maybe in satellite, the components has to withstand large amount of forces and stresses. For that reason, those components are manufactured from alloy steel. And next come to the point, tool steel. See, the tool steel means is nothing but a hacksaw blade, which you have seen. The hacksaw blade is manufactured from low carbon steel. Also, that is manufactured from tool steel. And a good example for tool steel is a single point cutting tool which we use in the machine shop for metal cutting purpose, that's called as high speed steel, HSS. That is the nothing but the tool steel. That is nothing but tool steel. Next, come to the point. See here, you have one more classification of engineering materials. Engineering materials. This is very, very important. See, all of you write down a question. All of you write down a question. Explain briefly. Explain briefly. Explain briefly the engineering materials. Engineering materials. So you may expect this question in module 4. The first portion of the question is explain briefly engineering materials. Engineering materials. Say in the conventional method, engineering materials are classified into metals and alloys and non-metals. So in metals and alloys, ferrous and non-metal, ferrous and non-ferrous. In case of non-metals, I will come to the next. I will come to the non-metals in the later. First, the engineering materials classified into two: metals and alloys and non-metals. All of you observe here. All of you observe here. The engineering materials are classified into two: metals and alloys and non-metals. Metals and alloys and non-metals. Say you have a question that is explained briefly engineering materials with flow diagram. All of you write down like this with flow diagram. First, write down engineering materials. engineering materials classified into two. One is metals and alloys, other one is non-metals. Next, come to the point. Already we discussed about metals and alloys. Here in the metals and alloys, the metals and alloys are classified into two types. One is ferrous metals and the other one is non-ferrous metals. Ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. So in case of ferrous metals, the classification, the ferrous metals are classified into iron and steel. Iron and steel. So whichever the metals coming from iron as the main constituent. Iron as the main constituent. That may be cast iron or that may be stainless steel, high-speed steel, carbon steel. All those things are considered as ferrous metals. All of you observe here. The ferrous metals classified, the classification of ferrous metals, that is iron, carbon steel, alloy steel, and stainless steel. Already we discussed about this in the examination. If you remember this flow diagram, write this. Otherwise, directly you write this diagram. Ferrous metals, classification of ferrous metals. Next, come to the point. The non-ferrous metals are classified into aluminum and its alloys, copper and its alloys, nickel and its alloys, and tin-based alloys. Tin-based alloys. Tin-based alloys. So this is concerns with the non-ferrous metals. Remember in your lifetime, other than iron, whichever the metal you have, that is called non-ferrous. In that you don't have the iron. But in case of ferrous metals, iron as the main constituent. For example, in cast iron, you have 93 to 97% of iron, remaining carbon in cast iron. Remember, in cast iron, 93 to 97% of iron is present and remaining 3 to 6.67% of carbon and other items are present. Other alloying elements are present in cast iron. So for that reason, the cast iron has the iron as the main constituent and steel. So you have iron as the main constituent, which ranges from 80 to 91% of iron, remaining alloying elements like carbon, chromium, tungsten, vanadium, molybdenum, phosphor, like that. They intentionally add the alloying elements to the iron, then it becomes steel. And again, we have lot of tools in our workshop, in our machine shop, and also in our house. We have lot of tools. That's the nothing but the carbon steel tools that maybe belongs to low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel. Next, come to the point. In the classification itself, engineering material is classified into metals and alloys. Other one is non-metals. Non-metals. Say again, in non-metals, the first classification is polymers. First classification is polymers. Again, the polymer is classified into thermoplastics, plastics, thermoset, and plastics and elastomers. Say in our life nowadays becomes without the plastic there is no life at all. That is nothing but we need plastic. The thermoplastic means due to temperature there will be a change of phase from liquid phase to the solid phase. When the temperature of the plastic is less than the melting point, then we can make the plastic item. Say the name itself indicates thermoplastic. If you provide the temperature, the plastic become liquid. Next, come to the other type of plastic and the thermoset resins, plastic and elastomers. Say we have lot of rubber items in our house, in the industry, or anywhere. For elastomers, good example is if we have tie in our vehicle, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, or any vehicle, we need the tire. That tire is manufactured from elastomers. Rubber, a good example is in your instrument box, you have a eraser that's made from rubber. That's the PVC material. Next, come to the point, ceramics. Ceramics. Say, again, the ceramics are classified into glasses, ceramics, graphite, and diamond. So these are the 5 classification: glasses, only glass, ceramics, graphite, and diamond. So anyway, many of you seen the cup and saucer, and the many kitchen items are made from ceramics, Next, the graphite, that's nothing but the carbon. A good example for graphite is a pencil. You have a pencil in your instrument box for writing the diagram. You are using the pencil. In the center, you have a carbon, that is nothing but the graphite. That is nothing but graphite. Next, come to the point, a diamond. The diamond, say, for making of jewelry, for making of jewelry. Again, cutting of hard metal, cutting of hard metal in metal cutting process or finishing process, we are providing diamond tool. We are providing diamond tool for metal cutting process. So again, the ceramics are classified into 5: glasses, glasses, fiber reinforced glasses, glass, ceramics, graphite, and diamond. Next, come to the point, the last classification, composite. The last classification, composite. See, the for this good example is all of you seen in your house or in the college or in industries, we require composites. Very good example for composite is plywood. Plywood. You have a dining table, you have a furniture, you have a wardrobe, you have many types of furniture in your house. That is nothing but composite. That is the composite material made from chemicals and wood. Chemicals and wood. So you have many applications for plywood. So in this classification, you have reinforced plastics, metals, metal matrix, composites, ceramic matrix, composites, and sandwich structures. See, all of you seen the glass which is used in the car, which is used in the bus, which are used in the truck, the front of the truck or bus or car, which is made from reinforced glass. That is nothing but metal matrix glass. There will be a reinforced plastic, glass, and also sometimes the metal structures also present. So whichever the glass we have in our car, that is nothing but reinforced plastic glass. Reinforced plastic glass. So in that glass, you have 5 layers of glass and 4 layers of plastic, or 3 layers of plastic. In that 4 layers of plastic and 5 layers of glass. So if anything happens to the front glass of the car, it will not damage the driver or human being. It becomes pieces, just like a sugar stone or sugar pieces, like that. It becomes the sugar pieces. That is nothing but the plastic reinforced glass used in automobile. Next, metal matrix composites. Say in honeycomb structure of aluminum used in the body of the aircraft or helicopter. So that is nothing but metal matrix composites. In that also you have many applications in aeronautics. And next come to the point, other matrix metals which we use in our day-to-day work. So this is nothing but the classification of engineering materials. Once again, the engineering material is classified into metals and alloys. In metals and alloys, you have two. One is ferrous metals, other one is non-ferrous. Ferrous metals means that belongs to iron family. Non-ferrous means other than iron are called as non-ferrous. In non-metals, that's the polymers, that's the plastic, thermoplastics, ceramics, the glasses and ceramics. In composites, the good example is reinforced plastics, reinforced wood, and metal matrix composites. Now, stop at this stage. I will continue in the next class. Now, I make unmute to all. If you understand little bit of engineering material,
Sir.
Harshita, can you
Yes,
listen?
sir.
If you understand little bit of engineering materials,
Sir.
hello, Harshita, can you understand a little bit of engineering materials?
Yes, sir. I understand it, but I want to ask you, what are the syllabus for this internals?
Internals.
Yes, sir.
First, steam, thermodynamic properties, and boiler, IC engine, and turbine. Please, Harshita, you can contact
Yes, sir.
Maitri.
Okay, sir.
You can contact Maitri. She will give you everything. Otherwise, you contact me over
Yes,
phone.
sir.
Harshita,
Okay.
you call me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now at the stop at this stage, I will continue the rest.